Let's go. Let's go. We are live. We live. We live. Live from the 215, even though we ain't in the 215. You already know. Get excited. It's Merch Life J. Motivational, inspirational, speaker for single parents and entrepreneurs across the globe. Hold on, y'all. Let me go live on the gram too. I got to go live on the gram too. Right now, it's on here. Oh, I see we got a viewer here. What's up? How you feel? Whoever's watching on Facebook, go ahead and comment. Let me know who you are. I can't see from the screen, y'all. I can't see who you are. But if you comment, I can see who you are. Get excited, though. Get excited. Let me log on to the Motivision. Bam. All right, I'm here. Woo. We got a couple special guests today, y'all. Couple special guests today. Episode. Hey, yo, bro, what is this episode 10 or 11 in the title of this video? Is this episode 10 or 11? It'd be so many episodes. I lie to you not. I do this a lot now. Ain't the right. All right. Fuck it, I'm gonna just label this strong episode. Yeah. I bet. We live on the gram now too. Get excited though. It's Merch Life J. Once more, motivational, inspirational speaker for single parents and entrepreneurs across the globe. Still don't fall. All right, so today we talking about gratitude. Why gratitude is important. First of all, what is true gratitude? What is actual gratitude? And why is gratitude a super important component when it comes to winning in life? So let me first give you this background example of why gratitude is super important. The more grateful you are for whatever you're grateful for, the more grateful you are, the more you'll receive that thing that you're grateful for. I said, the more you're grateful for something, the more you'll receive that something. Well, why do you say that, Jay? Why? What makes you believe that? What makes that true? Let me give you an example, fellas. You buy your lady some flowers. You send her, you send your lady some edible arrangements, whatever the case may be. And you get her the gift. You get her the flowers or the edible arrangements. You make sure that she's cool, and she come home immediately and puts her hair in a ponytail. Now we all know what she's about to do. I don't gotta say it. What's up? How you feel? She put her head in a ponytail for whatever reason. She's about to get excited. She's about to do something. So my point is, you buy her something or you give her a gift and she likes it, so she repays you with something that you like, right? Now imagine this. Now that's one side of it, right? Now imagine this. You buy her something and you give it to her and she like, what the fuck is that? I don't want that. See, both times cause you to do one thing. They cause you to either get her more stuff or want to get her more stuff, or they're going to cause you to be like, I'm never buying her nothing again, at least not for a while. See what I'm saying? So gratitude brings about repetition. Gratitude brings about more of whatever you're grateful for. Gratitude will get you more. Whereas though being ungrateful is going to get you less. You see what I'm saying? So this is why gratitude is super important when it comes to not just entrepreneurship, not just parenting, but in life. Now let's talk about in parenting. When you're grateful, when you exhibit, it's a lot of different ways to exhibit gratitude, right? You don't just have to be thankful or be trying to do something for the person. Other ways of gratitude are positive reinforcement, like with your kids, for example. When they do something, when they go to the potty, character as well. Black Hope, that's an excellent point. When your kids go to the potty or something, or they they clean up after themselves without you telling them to, you're gonna congratulate them. You're gonna give them, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna give them some maybe some candy or something. You're gonna tell them how happy you are and things of that nature. What you're not gonna do is yell at them for doing the right thing. See what I'm saying? What you're not gonna do is give them an ass whooping because they did the right thing. Because if you did, that would stop them from doing that thing, whatever they did, right? Exactly. So gratitude is super important when it comes to life, when it comes to raising your kids, when it comes to being an entrepreneur. You can't tell your financer or your funder or the guy that loaned you the money, incentives, definitely. You can't tell the person that loaned you the money to start your business, fuck out of here, I needed more money than that. If you want more money from them, you're going to tell them, thanks, I really appreciate it. However, I need more money. You know what I mean? So, oh snap. That's why gratitude is super important, man. But let me see what's up with these special guests. Special guests today. Sorry about that. Oh, so if you didn't know, all the people that's watching on Instagram Live, this podcast is called Motivision. This is episode number 11. It's titled Gratitude. You have to be grateful in order to get more. The main idea of this is that you have to be grateful in order to receive more. So that's a cheat code. That's a blueprint. That's a cheat code blueprint. That's a way in. You feel me? A way into figuring out how can I get more of, or how can I get some of, or you know what I'm saying? Oh, you already know. You already know. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. And we got Tailor Made Natural. We got Tayla X talking about her brand Tailor Made Natural today on the podcast. Instagram, y'all not gonna be able to see it though, because I'm using StreamYard. So y'all gonna have to go check it out on Facebook or the tube of the U. This one today. All right, but I'm gonna let them get on in a second, guys. Like that right here. Yes. Gratitude begets gratitude. Another thing I wanted to say about gratitude is even Kanye said it before he was like super insane. When he was still Kanye, the old Kanye, he even said it. They say your attitude determines your latitude. So you know what that means. Brand new. Now the song stuck in my head. All right, so we just waiting on the guest. She's so one is Tailor Made and the other one is Nadia. They both have their own brands. I'm gonna let them tell you. I'm gonna let them tell you. I'm talking too much. I'm gonna let them tell you. I'm talking too much. But All right, so about the children's books. The children's books will be discontinued at the end of this year, y'all. So after December 31st after December 31st, there will be no more My Mother Is, My Father Is, My Mother Is Part 2. There will be no more of that. There will be no more. There will be no more of that. So y'all got to get them while you can. And to be honest with you, it's only 15, 17, 20. So it's 20, it's less than 20 books left of each copy. So it's less than 20 copies left of each book. So I don't even have to force you to buy them by like giving you this information, by telling you that they're about to be discontinued, because the last 20 is like people trying to say, oh, I got dibs on this, or save this for me, or hold that for me. And it's really first come, first serve. So, you know what I'm saying? If you don't get your hands on it, it's not my fault. I'm sorry if somebody purchased it. So yeah, it's definitely going down though. So y'all better figure out what y'all gonna do if y'all want them books. Better get them now. Better get them while you can. You know. All right, so and then tomorrow, I mean not tomorrow, but Friday is Free Game Friday. So a lot of people missed the walkthrough on how to publish your book. So I'm gonna do another one, but it's gonna be longer, more extensive, and it's gonna be on the computer where I do a walkthrough of how to actually self-publish. You feel me? I actually self-publish. Oh, it's hot like fire in this. I like my message. All right, cool. So, like I said, we just waiting on the guest. I told her 6:30 so I could be have a little time to prepare for her and things of that nature. Should be on here. While I change around this YouTube stuff. Got going. Bro, it's baking in this John. Oh my god, it's so hot in here. Whew. Time to do this right now. Zayden, what's that code that your phone just got from Google? Oh, this right here. This is a green aventurine crystal. This crystal right here is the code in your text messages. Zayden, in your text messages. Oh, that's because all right here. So yeah, man. The green aventurine crystal does a lot. It's supposed to bring about success. It's supposed to bring about wealth and all things of that nature. You know what I mean? The crystals are yo, this joint ain't crazy. Hold up. I like them hot. I want down to them. I collect a lot of crystals though. I have another green aventurine right here on my wrist. And then I got the soda light right here, and then I got the chakra bracelet. You feel me? You feel me? I'm trying to figure out what happened to me. That's super weird. So, okay, all right, it's under control. I have it now. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, YouTube crazy with the channel customization, and it's like a million different ways to make money on the internet too. Comment. Where can you get some? I don't know right now. I don't know. I'm in Atlanta, but I think where you can get them in the A is at the what's it called? The South Side like discount mall, some shit like that. I forgot the name of it. I really did. But you can't get them in Philly though. Not where I got these not where I got these from. The plug is done. She don't do it no more. She don't do it no more. I want to change this right here. Aha. Yeah, man. A lot has changed about merch life this year. A lot has changed. A lot has changed. Our colors are no longer purple and black. Some more life colors right now. Our colors are now orange and green. Motivision, baby. Motivision, baby. So does anyone on the live, anybody have any questions about merch life? About why is it here? Why does it exist? What does it stand for? What is it called? Why is it called what it's called? Anything of that nature. Any questions? Last week we went over the 8 steps to success. We completed them successfully. Any questions about those? I'll answer all that. Any questions? I hear my echo. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, bro, I ain't nothing but a motivational speaker for single parents and entrepreneurs across the globe. I intend to revolutionize the Black community through knowledge. My whole thing is I want unity, and I don't really want for everybody to be the same or act the same or worship the same God. I just want everyone to understand that we are the same. I just want everybody to understand that. And I want people to stop looking at each other as enemies just because they have different religious standpoints. And I also want people to not assume things. So look, I'm gonna tell you like this. I was at this event the other day, and it was like the Moors were speaking and things of that nature. Cool, that's fine. Do what you do. So they asked, did anyone have a question? So I went to ask a question, and the boy was like, yeah, take that noose off your neck. And I'm like, bro, how dare you assume that I don't understand the correlation between a noose and a tie? Like, how dare you assume that I don't know what's going on right now? How dare you call my tie a noose? Like, this is the tie that I wear. This is the tie that all 4 of my kids are on. So did you even observe before you spoke? Or did you just see a Black man with a tie on and assume that he's wearing a tie to impress some type of white person or something like that? I think that's what happened. So within the conscious community, I just want to say, within the conscious community, and then I also have another thing about the conscious community. When you know something and someone doesn't, it doesn't make you better than that person. It doesn't make you better than the person, and it doesn't give you the right to belittle the person. I mean, if you say you're all about peace and you're all about helping your people, why do you get a kick out of playing your people, especially in front of your other people? That's just my take on the shit, because I didn't take that well. You know, I didn't really like the fact that, I mean, I didn't care that it was said. I just didn't like the fact that it was assumed that I was ignorant, and I'm not ignorant. Like, don't make an assumption about me because of what I'm wearing. Every nigga with dreads is not for the cause. So if we can't assume that just because your hair is a certain way, that you are a certain way, then how can we assume that just because you wear a certain thing that you're a certain way? Mm-hmm. How? I don't understand. So, yeah, I just wanted to say that, man. You already know. What's up, the bull? How you feel? How you feel? Exactly. You feel me? I just, like I was saying, I was at this event, right? And I was at this event and there was a Moor speaking. And he asked the crowd, he said, whoever got questions, come and ask the question. So I stood up to ask the question, and as I'm giving him the microphone back, he says, take that noose off your neck. I'm like, bro, how can you assume that I'm wearing a tie to impress some white folks? I don't even work for anyone. I work for me. So it was sort of disrespectful, because it's like you are making an assumption about my intelligence without even knowing me. Like, you ain't asked me nothing. You just said, oh, that nigga got a tie on. That nigga must be working for the white folks. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and you think differently. Me and you might look at things differently. I might drive the car differently than you drive the car. That doesn't mean that I do it wrong. It just means I don't do it like you. And when people don't do stuff how you do it, you assume that they're doing it wrong. I just think that I think that's asinine, because it's 1,000 ways to skin a cat. It's 1,000 ways to skin a cat. 1,000. So if I do way number 98 and you do way number 998, is either of us wrong? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't even know. But like I said, I ain't nothing but a motivational speaker for single parents and entrepreneurs across the globe. I don't know nothing, you know what I'm saying? I'm just here. I'm just here. Here trying to live my life, man. Okay. Aha! Episode 10. It's definitely episode 10, yo. Yeah, he definitely out of pocket. Like, bro, you don't even know me. Why would you say that to me? Like, I could have socked you. Then what? I wouldn't have did it, but I'm just saying. That shit could have got bad for no reason. Like, you didn't have to say that to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you say that? You don't even know me, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, sorry was you are. Like, won't do that shit. And he's from Philly too. And he's from Philly at that. So you know better. You know better. You did the shit anyway. Asshole. But you know. Yeah, I know. I'm just waiting for Taylor May to get on these waiting for Nadia. Nadia ain't texted me back yet, but I'm sure she's alert. I'm sure she's alert. She probably just getting ready. You know, she gotta get pretty and all that shit. Yeah, most Moors are critical speakers because they study etymology, so they understand the insides of the words and what the words mean before they turned it into what they mean now. You know what I'm saying? And I respect Moors. I respect all schools of knowledge, though. And that's what pissed me off about it. Because it's like you here to encourage and to teach, and you making assumptions. Like you are the one person I wouldn't expect to make assumptions, sir. But you're doing it. You're doing it. All right. Gratitude is the first subject. Who's that? That's why your last name is Bay. I know. That's why that's your last name, bro. And I didn't know that until like yesterday when I was listening to Bull. Super facts. Super duper facts. I'm showing that. Gratitude was the main. You dig me? Y'all like this angle better or the other one? This one or this one? Which one? Which y'all want? This one? Or the other one? This one or that one? Which one? All right, we're just gonna leave it like this for now. But other than that, man, I'm gonna give y'all a little Atlanta update. You know what I'm saying? It's treating me nicely. The people out here, they, it's like Wakanda out this joint. Everything is everything. Everything is good. I mean, you can get, you can get caught up or get into some shit in any city. It doesn't matter where you are. It matters what you're doing. You feel me? And I just feel like, I do the same thing I did in Philly. I stay out the way and I go outside, make the money. I come home, and I don't really do anything that would cause me to be in some type of drama or nothing like that. So that's what it is, bro. I don't get into nothing but selling shit. You feel me? The only thing I sell is merch. I wonder if the link is different now. It's cool right here. All right, bet. Appreciate it. Yo, but when she comes on the live, I'm not gonna be able to show y'all on here. It's only gonna be on Facebook and YouTube because we're not gonna be able to see it on Instagram. Like she's gonna be in the little screen and shit. It's not. I'm saying it's not like. Wow. Zayden, let me see your phone real fast. I gotta do this real fast. I gotta do this, son. You wanna say hi? See you. Yeah, he's grown man. He's a grown man. He's a grown man. But yeah, I know. I'm recording everything. Recording it all, son. Yes, sir. Say something. I can hear it. Oh, that's this. That's the phone you hear, brother. Here's a. You got your phone back now. All right, get excited, y'all. I'm back. So I was saying, let's just do a little fast recap real quick because I'm about to get off this live on the Instagram, John, because we're about to do this on Facebook and YouTube. If you want to check it out, you can always go to YouTube and look at the YouTube channel. Merch Life J on Facebook. It's Motivision Podcast. Motivision Podcast on YouTube though. But like I said, I'm about to get off of here. Probably Rookie doing your thing. I mean, you already know. Meet me at the top, bro. You about to be in the A in a couple of weeks. Meet me at the top, bro. I'm gonna meet you here. That's where I'm gonna meet you at. Understand me? I was saying gratitude though. Gratitude is important because you get more of what you're grateful for. You get more of what you're grateful for. But what does that mean, Jay? I want a new car. You can't get a new car by saying fuck this car. It's not gonna happen. You can't get a car by saying fuck the bus. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. You can't get something new by saying fuck the one you have. You gotta be grateful for the one you have. So that way, how you doing, miss? What's up? Shandice, Coakley. Everything good? How you feel? Oh shit. Yo, I just peeped who that is. Hey, how are you? So anyway, you can't be ungrateful expecting more shit. If you give your wife flowers and she's like, oh, thank you, put her in a ponytail and tell you to sit down, you probably gonna get her more flowers the next day or the next week or whatever the case may be. Now you know what she about to do with that ponytail anyway. If you give her flowers and she like, fuck out of here, I'm allergic, nigga, ill. You probably not gonna buy her that shit ever again in your life. You know what I'm saying? So when you say, I'm so grateful that I'm driving this piece of shit to work, can't wait to get a better one, you probably end up getting a better one before you expect it. But if you say, God damn, I'm tired of this piece of shit driving this joint to work, it's probably gonna break down and you're probably gonna be on SEPTA. So watch what you say. Watch your mouth. And be grateful, man. Just be grateful. Oh, the special guests have arrived. They have arrived. All right, I'm about to get off Instagram. Listen, if y'all want to check this out, this interview about to be like.
Sorry, I was just eating.
This hey. Bro, y'all gotta come to the YouTube channel right now. The link's in the bio. You know.
You about to get off Facebook?
Hmm.
Are you about to get off Facebook?
Yeah, Marta. Marta Bus, not All right, bye. Hello, ladies.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Hold up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Okay, because you ain't saying nothing.
Huh? I don't know. All right, I just unmuted your mic. It should be.
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
Maybe, yes.
I can't hear you, Taylor. I don't know why.
You can't?
It ain't your mic. Your mic been working all day. It can't be your mic.
I don't know. Let me see. Hey.
All right, so that's how you do that. How do I hear her?
Let me check the live and see if they can hear me. Maybe it's just you.
Yeah, I hear. Hold up. There go Nadia too.
So the connection is so poor.
Oh no, Ben ain't talk about this part in the course. Hold up. Let me turn off this real quick.
He can't hear us.
Turn all this off.
He can't hear us.
I can hear Taylor really well, but every time he talks, it sounds like he's eating popcorn or something.
Really? I hear y'all both clear.
Oh, that's great. It's.
I want to know, how did he get all this stuff on his screen, like this YouTube? Oh, now we can't hear you at all, but I see your lips. I see your lips moving.
Hello? Hello?
I can hear myself on here.
Is it me?
All right, can y'all hear me now?
Yes. Can you hear us?
I can't hear him.
That is weird.
I was not.
Oh.
All right, can y'all hear? All right, I hear y'all now. That was a technical. That was my fault. That was my fault. I'm sorry. If I tell you why I couldn't hear you, yeah. If I tell you why, you're gonna laugh. I'm not even gonna tell you.
I'm scared. Tell me later.
I didn't have the computer volume up. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I can hear you now. Somebody's feedback is playing in the background.
Somebody's what?
Like I can hear you. I can hear y'all's voice over again.
You hear the echo?
Okay, it's gone.
It's perfect. Perfect.
I hear the echo too, but it's not in this house. I don't think. La 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 la.
Testing. 1, 2, 3, testing.
All right, it's gone now. It's gone now. Wherever it was coming
I
from.
voice Tayla.
Okay, I hear the echo again, but get excited. All right, so
I'm excited. Oh.
I'm glad you're excited though. That's my slogan. You already know.
He said
I want y'all to introduce yourselves so that the people can know who we got on the podcast tonight. Whenever you're ready, one of y'all can go first. Y'all gotta decide. Y'all,
I love this girl.
You know.
I truly love her. Okay, so hello. My name is Tayla X. There's actual food. Can you make him a bowl? Sorry. There's actual food. Go ahead. My name is Tayla X. I am a mom of 2 beautiful babies, and I am Taylor. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, worry. I'm gonna get it out of you. Don't worry.
My name is Nadia X. I'm a young Memphian, just excited to be here in the midst of beautiful people, and I am an entrepreneur, an owner of Black Majesty. Yeah. Honored to be here. Thank you.
Man, it's an honor to have you both in the building. You already know that was my my chair bow. You couldn't tell.
Hey.
And so let's get started with these questions. My first question is for you, Miss Taylor Made Natural. What made you want to help moms? Like why what made you want to do that?
Why you start with that question? Man,
people ask me what made me want to help dads all the time, so I gotta ask you that.
That's true. I do be saying that, but this is a really easy answer too, because what motivates me to support moms is the fact that I became a mom without having a mom. So I kind of understand the struggle to transitioning into womanhood without having the proper figure in my life to help me with that. So
that is an awesome answer though. It's like, so you wanted to make sure, you know, that even though it didn't happen for you, it could happen for someone else. That's awesome. That's real commendable, because because some people, when they have an absence of something in their life, they become that absence as well. You know
that's true. That's
like,
true.
I know a lot of men that grew up without fathers, and then they become deadbeat fathers.
That's so true. Like I definitely became the mother that I needed to my babies, and then I want to make sure that I'm supporting other women that are going through that, because I know that I'm not alone, because when you're talking about the Black nation, you're dealing with a bunch of women who felt like they had to be in competition with their daughters. So it caused a lot of friction in the households, which caused a lot of mothers to abandon their responsibilities.
Yeah. A lot of capitalization going on when men see that as well too, but that's for another for another time. But Miss Nadia, the Black Gold over there, what made you want to like start? Well, first of all, what is Black Majesty? What is it? Like, why? What do you? What is it? What do you do? Why are you here? Like, let's tell the people that don't know.
Black Majesty is a lifestyle name to reference people who are wanting to walk in their natural beauty, righteousness, and health. It's about optimizing the body spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. I, as of right now, am only selling organic raw herbal teas. and oils. But Black Majesty is deeper than that, and eventually we'll expand beyond that. But the key word at the end of Black Majesty is tea, and that's what I specialize in. And to answer your former question, I was inspired to heal my body from the lifestyle of substance abuse as well as vaccinations and how they altered my being, as well as to heal my family members who were struggling with things like arthritis and IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. So it inspired me to learn how to use natural herbs, what God put on this earth for healing. So that's what I'm all about, is that healing, much like Tayla Made as well, who's healing Black mothers with their image, with themselves, as well as healing family and children. So
that's awesome, man. I gotta give both of y'all a little hand clap, because without y'all, man, I think like y'all inspire me. I don't know if y'all knew, but y'all be going in. So I have to go in as well. You know what I'm saying? Just on some tribe stuff. Like we can't, go back to the calls every week and then y'all be stunting on me. So I gotta work too.
Y'all gotta get it. Y'all gotta put the work.
Thanks. All right, so my next question for the both of you. Well, you kind of answered this already, Nadia. I was gonna ask you guys what inspired your names and what made you pick that name. You know what I'm saying? Because I know it's a story behind that.
Maybe for Sister Nadia, but I don't know. For me, mine is like kind of basic. The story is kind of similar, but I got into natural remedies because of my son. I never had any real like issues with my skin or anything like that. But when he was injured from vaccines, a lot of things came about that I had to shift how I was taking care of him. So a lot of natural things came in the household, and I started making all these things. And then when I started thinking about other babies that might possibly be affected by diaper rashes and things like that, I started making cloth diapers. And that is how I originally started Tayla Made Natural. And my name is actually not even spelled Tayla, but it's what I've always went by. So I just cut off the OR and then added the A, and then I made it, and it's natural. So yeah.
Yeah, well, it do got a story then. You said it did. It does. That's an awesome story.
It's a little boring.
It insinuates that you're tailor-made new. So don't down the story in your name, because sis is beautiful. I love the way that I immediately think of tailor-made. You want to get something made. You can't just get this from anywhere. You can't just buy Tayla anywhere. Okay, she's one of a kind, and everything that you make is one of a kind.
Bro, I totally agree. To interject, when I first heard your name, I was like, "Ooh, what she customizes? What does she do? Like, what, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it makes you think of a
tailor-made. Yeah, it makes you think like this is exclusive. I can only get this here. You know what I'm saying? That's awesome.
So it wasn't. I never even came up with a name about tea necessarily. So I was trying to come up with a name. I knew that because I'm a Black woman, because I studied how my skin and my family reacted to things and needed things, I quickly learned that the best way to optimize my health and my body was to stop using synthetics and artificials and just try to keep things as like natural as possible. So I knew my focus.
Yeah.
Everyone can benefit from it. I wanted to bless and help the Black family. So I did. I was kind of feeling on the fence. I was like, I want to put Black in it, but I didn't want to like come off as, I don't know. I was concerned. I was being a prisoner of other people's opinions. I was too concerned. And so my guy, shout out to the Black Agenda, Ken Stevens. He just was such a support and like I loved what he stood for, the Black Agenda, and I wanted to be honest and raw and not feel bad about what my people suffer the most from health issues. Like when we look at the statistics, when we look at who's dying,
and from lack of knowledge too.
diseases, on all of that, I was like, okay, I want to walk firmly in that. One day I was watching a lecture, and I'm still upset. I still need to figure out which was, but one day I was watching the Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan, and he kept talking about the majesty, the majestic qualities of the how beautiful, how we are so unique and how we are the fathers of all of civilization and creation in humankind. And he kept just saying majesty, majesty. And I wanted to do royalty at first, but there's some company out there that already took royalties. And I was
Black
like,
royalty.
you are a genius. And so then it just kind of and I was like, Black people are so majestic. We are so, and then I was like, majesty. And then I realized, majesties for the majestic being, the Black people. And so it was like, we're going to make this happen, Black majesty. So it's about Black people and their majestic qualities. And I wanted to help restore us back to our original vitality, like our original stance where
just to go ahead and say it's superhumanism. That original vitality, we was lifting up 300-pound blocks and building pyramids with them. Ain't no aliens come help do that. You see what I'm saying? So
restore back to the God quality, the majesty. So that's what we're doing.
Right.
One cup of tea at a time.
Yeah, that's super lit though, yo. I like both of y'all names, and I like that y'all did it on your own. Like, I like that nobody came and was like, you should do this. This is something that you wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? This is something that you have in your heart. So even if it gets hard, you're still gonna keep doing it. Like, your why is big enough for you to keep doing this. You know what I mean? So my next question. All right. So how many people, right? This is still a question for both of y'all. How many people, Miss Tayla, how many moms would you say ideally you would want to help every day? Ideally.
So a daily count?
Yeah.
I would say my goal is going to be 5 a day.
Okay.
If I could do 5 a day, I would be happy with that.
Why 5?
5 has always been one of my favorite numbers. It's something that's stuck with me throughout my entire life. It's been a lucky number for me, I guess you could say, this since I was a child. So I usually set realistic goals, and I think that's pretty realistic as well.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. So Miss Nadia, how many people would you have drinking your tea a day?
Like in terms of new people coming in contact to me.
Yeah. Like cold customers, freezing cold.
Tayla was on the same page. 5. Honestly, like, we kind of were on the same page. So the first thing that popped in my head was like 10, and I was like, no, 5, my favorite number. It's just a beautiful number. But if I could just speak like, okay, the ideal dream though to be able to get to on a daily basis, I want to say 9, which is a lot. You know, working our way up there.
Yeah, that 9 will definitely birth a new clientele every day.
Trying to birth. We trying to, you know.
You already know. So Miss Tayla, huh? What'd you say?
I'm sorry. I was just saying what I'm trying to do.
Hey, look who made it. I think he created a Facebook account just for y'all. Y'all are some catalysts, man.
Wow, who?
Yeah, I think it's it say Ray is Beast. So I'm not sure. Oh, he on YouTube. He on YouTube watching. He's watching on YouTube.
Yeah, that's YouTube.
He said I'm not gonna make it.
Hey, Ray. And hold up. My electronic flickering over.
I never knew your name.
All right, so Miss Tayla, my next question, and I think this is super important because this leads into why I even asked how many people y'all want to help a day. Because I think that Miss Tayla, your brand is like more so more so for women. And I know that men don't really have that that camaraderie like women do. You know what I mean? Like, it's harder for us to meet and then stick together.
Do you see Nadia's face though?
What? I'm sorry. Can you
What?
repeat that last part?
Yeah, please do. Give us some clarity
Oh.
here.
I was saying men don't really have. All right, so I was leading into my reason for asking how many people you guys want to help a day, and I was going in to say the next question is gonna give me some insight, because men don't really have, in my opinion, men don't really have that type of camaraderie unless it's a background. Like, y'all just met and y'all like this. You know what I'm saying? So for us to do that, like for men to do that, there has to be some type of like, it has to be a situation that transpired for some shit like that to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, boy was there when I was getting jumped, or whatever the case may be. It got to be something traumatic. Like, it got to be trauma bonding for it, in my opinion. This is my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So what can men do to sort of let that wall down and stop? I'm talking about black men, because we walk up and down the street and grill each other all day. We don't say peace or what's up, bro, or how you feel. And when you do, it feels like it's something you're only doing that to get something from me. You're only doing that to start a conversation so that you can go into that sales pitch, because that's what I do. But what I'm saying is, like, how do my next question is, how can men help themselves the way that women help each other?
Look, first of all, I want to say that I really, really appreciate your perspective, because since I'm not a male, I'm not really sure. Like, okay, so from my perspective, I would think that you guys have more of a brotherhood than the ladies do.
Like I said, that's if you already know somebody. But you being friendly with a stranger, it make you look soft.
I see exactly what you're saying. Okay, so either way, I think that the solution to that is because we're only talking about the Black nation. I feel like the solution to that is to have the knowledge of self. Because stranger or not, if I'm looking at my brother, I'm looking at my brother. That's all it is. If I know, if I have the knowledge of myself, and I know that Black is the original, and that's where all races stem from, then I'm looking at a guy like, I'm pleased to be here. Like, I'm happy to meet you. And I just have that feeling every time I come across one of my brothers or sisters. So I don't really even think that it's a gender problem, because we both are dealing with that, because ladies they're gonna have their guard up too. Absolutely.
Are y'all prideful like us?
Oh my God. I don't even want to call it prideful, but I want to say just like kind of like a jealousy thing, or like we kind of
I see that. Yeah, I see that.
We compare ourselves to other women and what they have, what we might not have, how their body looks, how we might not look. So with us, it's like we're just comparing ourselves. And I don't even really think it's a gender thing. I think that we're just lacking that knowledge of self, and we feel like we're competition instead of family.
Ooh, see, that's the issue right there, because I feel the same way when it comes to men. I didn't even know y'all thought that way. I honestly thought the only time women beef is like territorial reasons. It's like, why you smiling at my dude? That type of stuff. Or because me, I'm a man. You smile, I'm gonna smile back. I'm not trying to do nothing to you, but she might take it another way because she's a female. And I always get this from girls. Why you being nice to her? Because I'm a salesman. It would be wrong for me not to be nice to people. Well, I know how women think, and I know what she's trying to do. Have you ever said that? Either of you ever said that to a man before?
I have, but not in that type of context. Like, that's a whole nother story. But I think that just that alone shows that there is some type of feeling that you feel like you're in competition with that other girl. Why do you want him to be mean to her? Do you feel like that's going to take away from yourself?
Yeah, that has a lot to do with insecurity too.
Yeah.
But then like you were saying on one of your lives, I think Nadia said it actually. Insecurities a lot of times stem from not so much how you feel about yourself, but so much how that person is going to act around another person anyway. So it don't really, you know what I'm saying? In that situation, it don't really be you. But I want Nadia to answer that, give me her perspective on how can men do the same thing that we, until this moment, we thought that women did. Because we didn't know y'all had, like, even Hustle the Corporate, he said the same thing. He like, yeah, we don't have that brotherhood. And I don't know if he knew, but I didn't know that women had that same problem. I thought y'all was just cool. Like, y'all could read minds or something. I really think women can read minds. I don't know why. But Nadia,
first,
what's your answer?
I'm not sure if you're right. Maybe Sister Tayla said that quote you just quoted. I might have, but I just want to suggest that she might have said that. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. But I kind of want to agree with Tayla. I definitely do think it comes down to a lack of self-knowledge, because we know that we can't love ourselves if we don't know ourselves. And so then it comes down to a lack of self-love as well. But yeah, just piggybacking off of her, I actually, and so this is why perspectives are important. I was actually under can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Oh, okay. I was actually under the perspective that men got along easier or more easily without as much beef. So this is why perspectives and dialogue is so important. I used to willingly hang out with more men over women just because of my experience with like envy, jealousy, and just drama.
Yeah.
But I think it's not necessarily a gender issue. It's more of a nation issue, as she stated. Like, I think black people in general, because of we always have to bring it back to slavery, because it just comes down to that, the erasure of self-knowledge, self-love, identity, everything all in between, as well as the plot to be able to control the body and make sure that there was never any unity. There was always a sense of competition. So there's just always a sense of, I got to be better than you. I got to be harder than you. I have to be smarter than you. Instead of I see you lacking in the area that I know that I could do better in, that I'm better in. Let me help you out in a sense of unity and familiarity. So I think that's really part of the problem.
That's so powerful.
But on a note, something I do want to know, I feel like if we take heed of the way that the nation functions, in that, not trying to convert everybody, I'm just saying, in that there's usually a separation in terms of, there's the fruit of Islam, the men are together, you guys fellowship and congregate together, and you lift each other up, you heal each other, you understand how you guys function more, as well as women doing the same. Because when there's too much mixing, just things start getting a little distracted to what we're really working on, in terms of, we have to heal the effects of slavery so that we can advance ourselves. And if we can address how we treat the same sex of the same family, my brother, my father, my dad, we will be able to better prepare each other, because we understand each other's nature better, so that we will be able to come together and build as a nation.
That's fire. That's fire, bro. I really appreciate you saying that on my podcast. That's super duper fire. So look, y'all really just answered, like, with those answers y'all just gave, because I had 10 questions. I only asked you 4 of them. Y'all just answered the last 6. Because, no, seriously, y'all did. You got to unmute yourself, Taylor. I can't hear you. Oh, shit. All right, I can hear you now. So look, it's like because the questions were, all right, so I'm going to just read the last question. The last question is, how can our community as a whole, like, first I had questions to do with women and men, then I led up to, how can our community as a whole get back to self-love and get back to moving forward like we were in the early 60s? Y'all just answered it, though. Knowledge of self is the answer.
Absolutely.
Detailed answer. I mean, to further explain the effects of slavery and today.
I was saying that because my problem is, what my issue is, where I get frustrated at, is that I want everybody to be on board. I want everybody to be on code. And what I'm realizing these past 2 days because I just had a long conversation with Amore yesterday, and that was weird. But he was basically saying the same thing. So what my problem is that I want everybody to be on board and then everybody's not ready though.
I just want to say, did y'all see that skit that Brother Ben did about like the Moors?
No, about the color black and the more. No, I ain't see that song, but I knew I got a feeling that I know what it was about. Because before y'all got on here, I was just talking about how the Moor person was very assumptive that I was super ignorant because I have a tie on, and that's like my signature. He's like, yeah. He asked the crowd to ask the question, so I went up there and I asked the question, and as I'm handing him the mic back in front of all these people, he like, yeah, take that noose off your neck. And then goes to answer my question. I'm like, bro, how can you assume that I don't understand what you're talking about? Like, how can you just say, take that noose off your neck? And this is the tie with all 4 of my kids on it. Like, did you even look at it before you spoke? Or you just said, oh, he got a tie on. He must be doing it to impress white people. I'm going to tell him to take the noose off his neck. Like, that's what happened. Like, you didn't even look at me. You just seen that I had a tie on and just spoke on it. Like, so because in Philly, like, you don't do stuff in Philly. He's from Philly, so he knows better. That's what made it worse. Like a year ago, I would have punched you for saying it. Then we fighting in front of all these people, and it's like, that's not good. The meeting was about peace. That's not good. You know what I'm saying? You basically insulted me in front of a crowd full of people. So I didn't take that kindly, but it is what it is.
Oh man!
But my problem is that I want everybody to be on board, and that's not what's going to happen.
Now I feel like that Brother Ben is showing us the perfect example of that, as well as like the minister teaching about self-improvement. I think that because we all want like everybody to be on board. I want that too. Like I want everybody to take care of themselves, as far as nutrition goes. I feel really passionate about people taking care of their body, but everybody's moving at their own pace. And I think that the best thing to do is to focus on self-improvement because that's the only thing that you can control. Yeah. The only thing you can control. You could raise your kids to be exactly like you, and they'll still convert this way, and they'll still go this way, and they'll still have their own mind. So the only thing you can control is yourself, and be that perfect example. Be that clean glass sitting next to that dirty glass, and then like I said about my friends personally, they always look at me like, "What are you doing? That's like, why does your skin look like that? Why are you losing weight? Like, what is going on? Why can't I do that?" And like, hey, once they're ready, they're gonna come to that side. But everybody's just not ready at the same time.
Facts. That's super facts. Super facts. Like Nadia's ready. I ain't ready. But I don't want to talk about that on this podcast.
But you know that I was going to hint towards that.
Okay, let's do it.
Going off of the saying, the necessity of healing is so important, especially healing thyself, because we're not going to, in the lecture of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, Stop the Killing. We're not just talking about killing in terms of physical killing, pew pew pow, like shoot somebody dead in the street, but like we're talking about killing thyself through diet, killing the self through how we speak to ourselves, how we sleep on our dreams, how we don't aspire to reach our life's purpose. If we don't care about self and optimize our own lives, like how could we ever care about someone else? Especially when we talk about the Black nation. And you'll hear me say to a lot of sisters, to a lot of people, when they compliment me, thank you, my love. I am just a reflection of you, because we are reflections of one another. As Sister Tayla said, you are my brother. She is my sister. We are kin, period. But we're not going to see that and acknowledge that and care about that if the person who we deal with every day and we look in the mirror, the one we can't outrun, we don't care enough to take care of self and to advance self. I mean, not even to the people, because I feel like sometimes people can't relate when they're like, okay, I've never done substances. I've never done these things that you speak of. Not striving to be better every day, not trying to prove what you believe as true, sleeping on your purpose, not bringing purpose to profit, settling for in any dimension is disrespectful to yourself. That's a lack of self-love. I have a hard time understanding.
I'm sorry. I can hear you over there.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just want to add.
I love my folks, but this is diet. Diet is really big to me. Not just eat, but what you don't eat and what you drink is really big to me, because I have a hard time understanding how people hear the saying "are what you consume" and then actively argue
consume a Baconator from Wendy's.
That part.
Actively even justify. It's one thing we all have our cheats. We all have something we be like, ooh, we should not have this. Like I'm terribly allergic to dairy. I will break out in an eczema flare up, and I'll post a picture, and y'all will be like, who is this girl? What happened to her skin? But because I love sour cream on my vegan nachos, and it's not vegan anymore, so that's deceptive intelligence. But to actively argue and try to justify it, like, yo, that trips me out, because you got to take care of yourself, and you have to think, I want to live longer for my loved ones. I want to live to see Allah produce more out of me. But anyways.
Right. And Tayla, you had something to add to that?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure we pointed out what she said about when you look in the mirror, do you love yourself? Because if we're programmed to think that black is bad and white is good, why would I look at my brother and think that he's, that he's safe, that he's not a threat to me? I mean,
exactly.
The media portrays y'all to be savages.
Yeah.
So as women, we're dealing with both. We're scared to be around males because we don't know if we're safe around them. We're scared to be around females because we feel like they have something that we don't have. So and
what's even worse is that it's males out here that actually are perpetuating the male that you should be afraid of. It's really I never could fathom this. And when I lived in Philly, I remember this like it was yesterday. The bull, they used to call him the Kensington Scrapist. And Philly scrape mean rape. So they used to call him the Kensington Rapist. He literally waited for a woman to come out of her job, and as she was getting in her car, he would rape her at her car. And I could never understand, like, why, like, what would make you want to do something like that? You know what I'm saying? What would make you want to do something like that? Not even because it couldn't be sexual. It couldn't be sexual because where it's happening at, there are prostitutes outside. So it couldn't be because he was like yearning for that. My thing is, we as black men want you to feel safe around us. So when a black man does something like that, the media is already only portraying negative things that happen.
Yes.
So when that happened, like, people still talk about Bull to this day, and that happened in like 2013. That was 7 years ago.
The problem is with the media, y'all can't win because one of y'all will get shot by the police, and the only thing we'll hear about is how he was on drugs and he was a bad guy, and they're gonna portray you to be this terrible person no matter what.
Yeah.
And
my thing with the men is that I think we need to tighten up, but we also need to tighten up the ones that don't want to tighten up. Yeah. Like the rapist Bull, because it's like this. For every one bad black man, I believe there's 100 good ones. But I think about 85 of those good ones will never have a chance for someone to see how good they are, because they're going to assume that they're like the one. Because like you said, the media is only going to report about the one. They're only going to, you know what I'm saying, keep talking about that one or whatever that one did, and it's going to make it seem like everybody is like that. Like, nobody talks about Lauryn Hill anymore. They only talk about Meg Thee Stallion. Not because she's more recent, or not because she's more relevant, but because she does more negative stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, people like negativity. People want to see the bad shit. They don't want to see it.
Sorry, somebody was asking me on my Instagram. Brother Hashim was asking me. That's where I got this shirt from, Brother Hashim. It says, "I stand with Farrakhan."
I'm sorry, brother Jay. I didn't mean to.
Yeah, we're sorry.
Oh no, you good. And
But can I
I'm
speak
about
on
to go
what you
look at.
just
I'm about to go look at her
about
live though.
about the son?
Come on now, we here already. You don't need to be on there.
All right.
I'm trying to tell them to come on Facebook and YouTube.
Right.
The rapist man that you
Yeah,
were speaking
Anthony
of,
Carter.
yes, sir. Well, about the man that you were speaking of in regards to that, I feel like that's a really good example of the necessity of healing, right? Because not going to pretend like I know this man from Adam, because I only knew about the situation when you spoke of it. But that's an example of the necessity of healing thyself and healing needed in the Black community, because that's an example of someone who's probably experienced degradation and disrespect and feels the need to feel powerful and strong to feel important. So they may only feel alive and by the perpetration of abuse and degrading another woman sexually. He may have experienced sexual abuse. These are things that need to be spoke of and need to be talked about. That could be something that derives from an experience of an ancestor of someone older. Things like that happened during slavery, during slave times, when they made the man sexually abused the man, sexually abused the woman, literally made them have sex with each other for their entertainment and their profit. So that's something that could literally derive. There's so many reasons, but it's just an example of the necessity of healing.
Yeah, that's super important too. I ain't never think about it like that though. Like the reason you do all the stuff you do is because of something that happened to you. I can't say I never thought about. I only ever thought about that when Jake said it, and that's when Jake was talking about facing your past trauma so you can move forward. Yeah, that's fire though. That's fire.
Yeah,
That's
not to
definitely
make
what we need
excuses.
in the
We're
community
all
though.
responsible for our own actions. We're all responsible for our own actions, but the responsibility goes, I need to fix myself. I need to heal myself. Let me work on this. But I didn't want to make any excuses for anybody. I don't want nobody to be like,
Right. All right. So, did y'all want to talk about the weed because it's 7 o'clock? I'm trying to get off of this, John, at like 7:20.
Wait, you want to talk about what? What you say?
I said, did y'all want to? Why you do the draw job? You know, people can see you, right? He was like, I was asking, did y'all want to talk about substance abuse? Because it's a difference between use and abuse, and I'm not defending anyone or myself, but I wanted for Nadia and I wanted for you to give your perspectives on, what substance abuse is, why, when is, you know what I'm saying, like too much of anything can hurt you, and what did you do to not abuse substances anymore? Because I think somebody needs to hear that.
Sister Nadia?
Told me though, huh? Oh, sorry. You want me to speak on it first, Sister Tayla?
Hey, yo, you are hilarious. I peeped what you did there. I peeped that.
Yeah.
You want me to speak to Tayla?
And now I'm gonna watch Shrek when this goes off. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Brother Merch.
You want to talk about the difference between use or abuse? How do you know when it's abuse rather than use?
Yeah, and like what? Like, is there a healthy use? Like, is that even a thing?
Okay, so I'm gonna come at you from a little psychological standpoint. As you know, I study psychology. Because I feel like the explanation is better than me. I don't want to just give off purely my experience, because sometimes experience is only perspective rather than facts. So I like to present some fact and experience. Yet now, for those of you who do not know, I used to blow trees heavy, okay? And so I think that at one point, I was just using marijuana because there's drugs and substances, we scale them on knowing if they're dangerous, if they have a low therapeutic index. A therapeutic index is basically saying I can use this herb for therapeutic reasons. People smoke marijuana there is prescribed to them by a doctor, by dose, just like prescriptions, and it's supposed to help with like anxiety or whatever have you. And the most dangerous substance in the world is alcohol because it has the least amount of therapeutic index, and it also has one of the highest addiction rates. People are more likely to use this drug because it gives them a quick reaction. Like it don't take long for you to feel a little a little buzz off a little sip. But the therapeutic index is low because ain't nobody saying, sir, we see that you're struggling with your work life, so we're going to prescribe to you 2 quarts of vodka. There's no vodka in here. This is just an example of how big this glass is. No one's going to prescribe to you. Just we're gonna give you some vodka to help with that. You know, we do that to ourselves, right? We be like, "Woo, Lord, this done tried me today. Where the drinks at?" Okay. But we know that it's dangerous to our bodies and to our brains, but it cannot be necessarily in a medicative way. We self-medicate. You know when something is being abused when you're using it to self-medicate. No one has prescribed it. There's no amount that you're adding to necessarily. Like you're not like, let me. I'm feeling very anxious today, so allow me to give myself 2 milligrams or just 4 puffs today. We might do it ourselves, but self-medication easily turns into abuse and addiction. You also know when it's abuse when you are using it to experience numbness. Now people talk about drugs and people are like, you know, what is a drug? A drug is anything that you use to feel a way. You are not trying to use something. No one who in the heck is smoking a blunt and they're like, yep, I'm getting all the vitamin C I need today. This right here this is for the vitamin A. I'm only doing it for the vitamin A. Rarely are we using marijuana or substances to obtain some type of vitamin or mineral value. You hit that joint because you don't want to feel or deal with what happened today. You trying to chill. The kids getting on your nerves. The man done tried you today. That is a form of abuse because you're not just using it for the value of health, for beneficial reasons, but you're using it for a drug. You're trying to get a desired effect. And when we get that desired effect, rarely do we know that we need to cease using it at a certain point. I don't know anyone that's distributed the same amount of dosage of marijuana or any substance and been like, this is my medication. I'm only sticking to my 1 gram a week or
Heck
whatever.
no, because your tolerance is going to build up every day.
Exactly.
Yep.
And then it's also an abuse because this is where it started getting spicy. Some of y'all ain't gonna really mess with me, but let's be real. Who has not experienced a negative effect and started to justify something, either a negative effect you notice in your body physically, a negative effect that you notice emotionally, mentally, or even in your relationship with other people. You notice that when you smoke, maybe you ain't even listening to your wife when she come home. You high as a kite. She done tried to tell you about her day, and baby, you couldn't repeat it even if she told you 3 times. You don't know what she told you.
And then she mad because I wasn't listening, so now I gotta go smoke again. Yep, that's just how it be.
I don't know. You a little fuzzy. What you say?
I said, oh yeah, now she's mad that you weren't listening, and now you gotta go smoke again. Ain't it crazy how that happens?
Yeah, or like for me, something I noticed because I'm telling y'all, when I was like 17, smoking backwoods. I know some of y'all don't know about them backwoods, but I was a real smoker. Okay, I was smoking. You don't know about that. You don't know what I'm talking about. But
yeah. Oh, I
started noticing my shortness of breath, and like my lungs weren't You know, and I didn't want to really admit it. I was really justifying it. I would say some crazy stuff like my allergies are acting up. It's my sinuses. Girl, it probably is your sinuses because that tobacco probably causing a tartar buildup and a sinus infection. So you notice a sign of abuse is when you notice and you justify negative things that are going on. And then when you justify it, what you're saying in yourself is, I know this is harming me, but the high is more important than the harm. The high, you say the high is more important to me than my health, be it emotionally, mentally, physically, whatever, socially. And so when you start doing that and you're continuing the use, what you don't know is you're more likely to feel bad about it. So you have to keep using the drug to numb the guilt.
That's crazy. I ain't think about it like that now, Nadia. God damn it. Oh, God damn it. In here tonight. So let me ask you this. If a person is a user, and you said that abuse is like when you're using it to get a desired effect. Anybody that uses it,
a drug, definition of a drug is using something to get a desired effect that is outside the norm. Like coffee is a drug. Right. That's what I meant. Not abuse. That wasn't the definition of abuse.
Oh, all right. I was asking because I wanted to know if I'm using in order to, let's say, let me give you a random example. Like when I used to pop like 3 e-pills a day, right? I used to do that and say, well, I'm doing it because it helps me focus. That was my excuse. It makes me focus.
But I can't hear you. But I know I hear Tayla clearly. So can Tayla repeat your question? Because I don't know why, but it just sounds like static. Like really? I feel like I'm watching Charlie Brown, and it's like, I have no idea what's going on. I'm so sorry.
Oh, all right. So you can hear the sound of my voice. You just can't make out what I'm saying.
I hear you now. Oh, wow. You move like that. Maybe you got a shortage in cord or something. I don't know. But I hear you right now.
No, I just wasn't talking loud. I was like whispering, like you right here or something. I gotta speak up like this though. You can hear me like this? No. What the heck? I don't know. I didn't move any cords. Nothing moved. Is this better?
Sister Tayla, what did he say?
Not better. All right. So Miss Tayla, my question for her was gonna be, when I used to do stuff like take 3 e-pills a day and say it was making me focus, that was abuse, right?
Okay, so I'm gonna ask Sister Nadia, but I do have a question to say. What is e-pills? Sister Nadia, can you hear me? Okay, he said he was taking, I forgot the number, some 3 e-pills a day, and he said, was that abuse?
Yeah, it was abuse. No? But I want her to explain to the congregation why it was abuse, because I got people that's watching right now that'll tell me, bro, it's helping me focus. It's not abuse.
Oh, okay. So he said it was helping him focus. So is that really abuse?
How do I put this? Okay, you use it as a drug because you wanted a desired effect, which is focusing. Even if you take ADHD pills, that's a drug. You got your desired effect that could help you focus. But could you answer what is the dosage of the drug? Don't say ecstasy. What is the real drug, and what is the recommended amount of dosage for your age and for your stature? You don't know.
I couldn't answer that, and I used to make them.
Well, the abuse comes in when you are using a drug more than the recommended. I don't know what ecstasy's actual chemical name is. I'm not gonna pretend to be a medical doctor on you guys.
The chemical name is MDMA. So it's basically methamphetamine. So it's basically meth, or like the same thing that Molly is made of. It's the same thing that Adderall and Ritalin is made of. It's one molecule away from crack. Like it's really one molecule away from crack cocaine.
So let me ask you a question. You know that it's one molecule away from crack.
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay with the fact that you took three of something that was basically crack?
No, not now. No. But in the time that I was doing it, I was so okay with it that I am the reason that a couple other people do it now.
So the abuse,
and that's why I'm trying to get them to not do it.
When you were using so much of a substance, you didn't even care that the truth is that you were borderline using crack. That's a sign of abuse. That you, if your child told you, and I'm not trying to get too personal, but I'm just trying to give an example of how you know when something is of abuse. You can benefit off of almost anything. I'm sure if I eat this paper towel, I'm probably gonna get some protein and some fiber. Doesn't mean I need to eat this paper towel because there's chemicals that are damaging to my body, right? So just because you can name a positive thing out of it, it's like for example, you like a girl, you mess with old girl, you know old girl crazy. Well, you like, I'm greasing her and I'm having a good time, but she crazy. She emptying in your bank account. She probably gonna pass on an STI because she messing with everybody. She messing with everybody and their mama. This is just a personal.
She probably
example.
broke your 75-inch TV, but yeah.
If you are a male, I'm just giving this example, not excluding like only women are crazy. Heck no, we know that there's some crazy men out there as well. But the example.
No, I was just relating personally. That's all.
Yes, sir. So the example comes down that you are abusing it when you are using deceptive intelligence to justify the use. You can justify the old girl brings you some type of benefit, sexual pleasure, but then you allow yourself to justify this one thing to outweigh all the negative attributes. Can we not argue that something that is one molecule away from crack over a long period of time is going to alter your brain and how you function?
Definitely.
So then we
definitely,
say
it's gonna alter a lot of things about you. So I hope the right person was listening, and I hope they heard that. Because I ain't gonna say I regret a lot of things that I did, but I will say I should not have done a lot of the things that I did. And for me to be a leader in an aspect of certain people, I led them in the wrong direction. I led them in the wrong direction when I was administering them drugs for free, when I had them doing things for me for the drugs, when I used to have them doing things for other people for the drugs. It just wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't right. And for me to become, mentally, physically, spiritually, trying to grow, and to not go back and to tell them that, it would be like a double disservice to those people that I affected negatively. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would be totally wrong. Like, I'm the reason you do that, and then it would be totally wrong for me to stop doing it and then not tell you how you can stop too. You know what I'm saying? So that's where that was. That's where that was.
Doing the basis to develop your community, because you are improving yourself first. You're dealing with yourself first, so that it ain't just like your niggas dirty. I'm sorry, you're doing wrong, but rather you're taking ownership of what I did, and can't nobody point fingers, because just because that's your personal story don't mean that we done all done things that have negatively contributed. I'm sure that because of me smoking some blunts, there's some people who I know of them that were doing things and might have gone in a way that was worse than. So we both are taking ownership, and then we also try to point people in the right direction. So
accountability.
It is a means of regret per se, because when you acknowledge it, you deal with shame, guilt, and regret. And I think sometimes that's why people don't necessarily go sober completely like that very fast. Or, part of the hesitation, I genuinely believe, especially for myself, part of my hesitation was I knew I would have to deal and face some things once I was clean. And part of that holds us back. We like, But it's the basis for community development. It starts with us first. And I believe that, you know, after a point, Jay, after a point that you have cleaned your glass, you wash your glass real good, you use that good soap. I'm talking about we use that expensive Dawn with the game
That
in it.
expensive Dawn.
We just use no off-brand soap now. Then we presented the clean glass, so we explained, see, your problem is Ajax. You're using that off-brand watery dish soap, but we using the Dawn with the game. So you show them what you gotta do, and then you gotta let it alone, as the ministers say. You gotta let it alone.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. See,
You
that's super dope for me because I'm really a gateway. Like I'm sorry, but it's bad. Like it's really bad. Like I got people in the gangbanging, then stop gangbanging. I got people on drugs and stop doing those drugs. So like I feel like it's only right that if I'm gonna change my life, then I gotta change my life and then go back and allow my change to affect their change as well. Like I'm really a gateway. And I don't know how to like my greatest fear is not being able to save the people that I feel like I damned. Like they wouldn't be doing the shit they're doing if it wasn't for me. They probably would be doing it. They just probably wouldn't have done it when they did it.
You know what? I feel you wholeheartedly, but
I affected a lot of people.
What we have to take heed is, my brother, is yes, we take responsibility of how we attribute it to that, but we can't take ownership of changing someone for the good or the better, because at the end of the day, they have to make a decision for themselves cognitively and make the decisions for their choices physically. So yes, you may have led people in the wrong or right direction, but we can't say I'm the reason necessarily. You attributed to it, take that responsibility. But at the end of the day, you ain't Lil Rogers. Okay, Lil Rogers made it up in his head that he was gonna do something. So Allah will confront us with what we did and how it led to other people. But at the end of the day, Rogers got to address to his own. So pray for Lil Rogers.
Yo. Sorry about that. I just put it on vibrate. Somebody was calling me repeatedly. But yeah, man. Nadia is going in. She is going in. Hustle the corporate. She's definitely going in. But yo, I appreciate y'all, ladies. I don't really have any more questions for you guys. You did exactly what I planned, and that was, to get that message out to people that are, still doing things that we ain't doing no more. I mean, it's levels to everything. It's levels to everything. Some part of Rastafarianism won't let me let go of certain stuff, but that's what I'm blaming it on right now. You already know. But I really do appreciate y'all, man. And is there anything y'all want to say to all 5 people watching right now before we go?
I feel say Sister Tayla, like she be stacking with the gems.
She do. She on Instagram. She paying attention to the gram. I just was looking at her on the gram. She on the gram, busting it up with the tribe.
Yeah. So what did you just say? I didn't hear.
I just said that you was on the gram, busting it up with the tribe right now. But I was saying,
no, what did Sister Nadia say?
No, I just, I'm not trying to put you on the spot or whatever. I didn't know if you wanted to personally say.
Oh yeah, that's what I said. I said, do y'all want to say anything before we go? And she said, you be stacking the gems.
Can one of y'all say that again? Because y'all was kind of talking at the same time.
Right, go ahead.
I guess I need to get an Android or switch over from AT&T or something.
Why you didn't get on your computer?
Because there's been a series of unforeseen events and my computer stopped working and just a lot occurred. So yeah, we're doing cellular. But basically, we just want to see if you had anything to add, Sister Tayla, about your experience with substances or in general.
Oh, okay. So yes, I do have something to add. What I want to add is the only thing I've ever tried was marijuana, right? But I feel like that's something that's so common. And since it's green, people have this thing that they think that is natural, and it's like a vegetable. They think it's a vegetable, right?
Yeah, but
So they
not all
think it's
vegetables.
good for them. So I think that is so common because of that reason. But it actually can be addicting. I think that's a myth that it can't be. I think
Yeah,
that
anything can definitely.
yeah. I mean, you could be addicted to working out. Anything that you do as a habit,
I wish I was.
I know, right? That's something that I'm actually hoping to be addicted to.
We
But
starting the Zoom workouts next week, by the way. Next week.
yeah, anything that you do as a habit, it becomes you and it just becomes a routine. So sometimes I think that people don't realize that a lot of the hormones that marijuana brings to your brain, you actually already have a natural version of that.
Yeah.
So you can actually do and feel that way on your own. Like y'all were talking about ecstasy, I guess, and I didn't even know what that was. People in the chat was telling me what that is because I didn't even know what y'all was really talking about. But I feel like even with that, like if you feel like it's giving you focus, I feel like it's something that's a natural version of it.
Oh, you talking about when we were talking about the e-pills?
Oh, pills. Okay, I thought they told me it was ecstasy. I don't know now. Now I'm confused.
That's the same thing.
It's the
All right,
same.
let me run it down for you. Chemically, I could make an e-pill if I melt down a Adderall pill. So chemically, it's not far from each other. Adderall, Ritalin, ecstasy, crack,
I'm
and
sorry. I was
what's
on
the stuff?
Adderall.
So
Adderall
many
make
different
you
ones.
horny. Ecstasy does.
Adderall can be a sex drug too, though. Adderall can be a sex drug too, just like Percocets. But it all depends on what the drug does to the person. Because I can't. Well, I don't know now, but when I was doing drugs heavily, and I ain't talking about weed, I'm talking about drugs. I'm talking about harsh drugs. When I was doing that type of stuff, I couldn't take a Percocet. Like I would throw up. My body wouldn't accept it. But a Xanax bar or something like that is different, or an e-pill or something, like I could stomach that. So I don't know what the chemical makeup of Percocets is, but I know it has heroin in it. But I also know that. Oh shit! All right, bro. Yo, yeah, you're right. He's gonna be on here teaching people how to make drugs. You're right. I'm gonna stop talking about drugs and makeup. Taylor, it's like all that, and none of it is good. None of it is. Yeah, none of it is.
Yeah, I agree. Hustle just said something that I wanted to touch on too, because that was actually what pushed me away from it when I found out where it actually stems from. Because the origin of marijuana is, I think, East Asia,
Mm-hmm.
which is like Afghanistan, that
Talking about
area.
the Kush Mountains around there.
Possibly so, but I feel like it's definitely not in America. It's like
Yeah, it's in America.
Middle East, and now the weed that we're smoking now is actually weaponized. It's made in a laboratory. The
Yeah, the United States government has a patent on a strand of marijuana, on a couple strands of marijuana. Actually, they have a patent. But here in Atlanta, though, I ain't gonna say all that. But there are ways to find organic strands of marijuana, though. Like if you know the rapper Waka Flocka, you know him.
I know
You know that guy. He's a big advocate of not consuming things that you don't know what is in them.
He don't know what's in.
He's a big advocate of that too. So he actually has a farm where he grows marijuana and other things.
Taylor, finish her sentence.
Okay.
I was gonna say that the Army, they're actually the ones that's making the weed, and it's actually I forgot what the division is called, but I know it's Sister Nadia help. I know it's weaponized, and it has something to do with being a weapon.
With infertility, it has something to do with infertility.
On this subject,
oh wow, yeah, no, it's weaponized means that it's attacking every part, but it's most definitely attacking your sperm.
Yeah,
and y'all know you are getting spicy on this conversation, right?
You know they're going to delete all our accounts, right? We can't talk like that. It's like, bro.
Look, I'm just saying.
Yes.
You want to talk about the ways it's weaponized? We gonna be here for a minute.
Yeah, I was supposed to go at 7:30, but I'm here. I'm here.
Can I ask a question that was put in the chat for Sister Nadia?
Okay.
Sure.
What would you recommend to someone who smokes to deal with mental illnesses?
Meditation.
To be honest with you, I dealt with problems with mental illness, and I feel like they would have escalated. First and foremost, I'm not going to pretend like I think physical things are going to be the answer to something I believe is a spiritual problem. And the reason why I'll say I believe mental health comes down to spiritual problems is because we believe in vibes, right? And sometimes someone may trigger you with their vibe. That's a spiritual thing. So I would recommend, just like Brother Jay said, meditation, but you cannot understand yourself and the way you're functioning and the way you're supposed to function without understanding how Allah God created you. That's going to be my real answer. Are there additional things that I use for that? If you're not a spiritual person, you don't really like that answer per se. Yeah, I drink teas because they relax me, because they literally help to heal my brain. There's so many things that's in the food, that's in the water, and the substances that we consume. So many things in media you don't understand. They're sending spiritual messages, and they're altering your subconscious, and it's creating a vibe within you that is unstable, and it's presenting thoughts that you don't even know because they're not directly saying it, but rather it's underlined in everything. So it's a spiritual thing, but I also think that when you correct diet, it helps. And I'm not just saying that, I'm saying that from a personal experience of someone who dealt with sleep paralysis and suicidal thoughts and tendencies, depression, anxiety. I used to have panic attacks like off the frame. So that's a experiential as well as like, factual alternative. So and let me say this because I have to say this, because there's a lot of people that will say, I've tried God, tried that, or I used to be religious, and that's not really the answer. I'm going to say this. There has never been someone that has really been obedient, because it's one thing to be religious, and it's another thing to be obedient to the will of God, to alter your life and your entire life, to be obedient to the will of God. No one has tried God and God has failed them, but only that they have failed God and failed to be continuously obedient in the face of opposition. So I'm going to state that because those are my beliefs.
And I'm gonna say that's facts. Get excited about that. You already know. But listen, ladies, I gotta go because I gotta go. I gotta go talk to somebody about substance abuse. But get excited, man. Huh?
Sorry, me and Tayla, we're about to teach people how to make
All right. Ooh. All right, that sounds lit. Hey, anybody that has kids that's watching this, later on tonight, my son will be teaching me how to play Roblox live. So go to Zay Plays on, it's gonna be lit. So go to Zay Plays right now on YouTube or Facebook. Follow, like, subscribe, do whatever you gotta do. We appreciate y'all, man. And let's give it up for the guests, man. Let's give it up.